Today's lesson is just looking more at evaluating these trig functions. And we're going to start looking at angle measures on a coordinate plane. So let's say we have this angle. We've got the initial side, and then we've got this terminal side. But now let's say we're looking at a specific point. So this point has an x value and a y value, and then those together create a right angle. So then we can have this hypotenuse we're actually going to call r. And this is the angle that's created here, theta. And now we're going to look at the 6 trig functions in reference to that angle theta. So sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, so in this case y over r, and then cosecant is the reciprocal, that's going to be r over y. Cosine of theta, adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's x over r. So then secant theta, reciprocal, r over x. And then tangent of theta, opposite over adjacent, is y over x, and cotangent is x over y. So in this next part of the unit, you're going to hear a lot, oh, well, sine is y, and cosine is x, and then tangent is y over x, or sine over cosine. So you kind of will just hear us make that reference a lot. And now I want you to think of x and y values on a coordinate plane, and where are they positive, where are they negative. So if you think about quadrant 1, x is positive and y is positive. So therefore, sine values are positive here, cosine values are positive, and tangent values, they're all positive in quadrant 1. So what happens in quadrant 2? Well, the x values are negative, but the y values, they're still positive. So sine is still positive, but cosine values are now negative, and then tangent values, positive divided by negative, are negative. And in quadrant 3, we have x values are negative, y values are negative, but if we divide negative divided by negative, tangent is now positive here. And in quadrant 4, so sine y values are negative, cosine values are positive, and then tangent, negative divided by positive is negative. So knowing all of these signs here, you kind of just have to memorize, but it's just kind of intuitive of that coordinate plane of x and y values, as long as you remember sine is corresponding to y and cosine is x. Okay, so our first example is we're looking at this point 8, -6 on the coordinate plane. And I'm not going to be super specific, but so I'm going to the right 8 and down 6. And I'm going to plot that point. And I'm drawing this terminal side of an angle out there. So now I want you to think of this triangle. So it has 8 here, and then -6 here. I've got the right angle here. So we need to find the hypotenuse, this r value, by doing Pythagorean theorem. So 8 squared plus -6 squared equals r squared. And you should get the r equals 10. And then here is our theta. And our goal is to use all that information to write the value of all of these trig functions. So let's start with sine. So sine of theta, that is opposite over hypotenuse. So -6 over 10, which simplifies to -3 over 5. Cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, 8/10, which simplifies to 4/5. And then tangent, opposite over adjacent, -6 over 8, which simplifies to -3 over 4. And then these are the simple just flip. 5 over 3, 5 over 4, negative 4 over 3. Okay, let's do one more of this type of problem. Let's start with -2, -1. So if you were to plot that point, that's left 2, down 1, put a dot, and then we can look at kind of this triangle that it creates. Here's the right angle. So the x value is -2, the y value is -1. Let's find the hypotenuse. So -2 squared plus -1 squared equals r squared. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So then r is the square root of 5. So now we just have to write all of the trig functions. So here's the angle measure. Okay, so sine is opposite over hypotenuse. -1 over the square root of 5. When you rationalize the denominator, you should get negative square root of 5 over 5. And then we can simply just flip that. If you flip this one before you rationalize, you can see it's just going to be negative square root of 5. Cosine is -2 over square root of 5. Rationalize that, that's -2 square roots of 5 over 5. And then the reciprocals, when you flip that, negative square root of 5 over 2. And then tangent would be -1 over -2, which then goes back to positive 1 over 2. And then this one would be 2 over 1. Okay, so now 2 examples where doing something similar where we're going to be finding all 6 of the trig functions, but what you're given is a little bit different. So let's say tan of theta is equal to 5 over 12. So we're going to evaluate all the other trig functions, but I'm going to say where sine of theta is less than 0. So basically we have to evaluate the trig functions, and this is where the tangent is positive, but the sine is negative. So I have to bring back that little chart that I made on the first slide. So tangent positive, sine is negative, sine, tangent, it's got to be in quadrant 3. So if you think about that, it's in quadrant 3, both sine and cosine are both negative. And a reminder, so this is like x, this is y, and tangent is always y over x. So over here, y and x, and they would both be negative. So I'm going to draw this out in quadrant 3. So the x, so I have to go left 12, -12, and then down 5, and we have to find the hypotenuse. So -12 squared plus -5 squared equals r squared, and you should get that r equals 13. So now let's write all of these trig functions. Well, we already know tan is the 5 over 12, so therefore cotangent will be 12 over 5. All right, so sine, here's our angle measure, opposite over hypotenuse, so -5 over 13. So cosecant is -13 over 5, and cosine is -12 over 13, and secant would then be -13 over 12. Okay, let's do another one of those, and will be the last example of the video. So let's say we have secant of theta equals the square root of 3, and it is where tangent is less than 0. So remember, secant is the reciprocal of cosine, and this is a positive value, but tangent is negative. So cosine is positive, tangent is negative in quadrant 4. So before I draw the picture, let's think about this. Cosine is going to be 1 over the square root of 3. And cosine is x over r. So if I draw my triangle in this quadrant, so x, so I'm going to go right 1, and then the hypotenuse is the square root of 3. So then to find the y value, we've got 1 squared plus y squared equals the square root of 3 squared. So y squared, that's 3, take away 1, there's 2. So this is the square root of 2. Okay, so to evaluate all 6 of these, well, we already know secant is positive square root of 3, and we know cosine is therefore 1 over square root of 3, which is square root of 3 over 3. So let's do sine. Here's my angle. Opposite over hypotenuse is square root of 2 over the square root of 3. And then if you rationalize that, that would be the square root of 6 over 3. And then cosecant would be 3 over the square root of 6, which is 3 square roots of 6 over 6, which this simplifies to square root of 6 over 2. And then tangent would be square root of 2 over 1. And cotangent is, oh, I just realized, made a mistake. We got to back up a little bit. That y value's got to be negative because of we're in quadrant 4. So that means our sine is negative, cosecant is negative, tangent is negative, and then cotangent is also negative. 1 over square root of 2, which is negative square root of 2 over 2. So just to repeat that little mistake that I made, just a reminder, cosine is positive, tangent was negative. That put us in quadrant 4, where x's are positive and y's are negative. So that's why this was positive, but this should have been negative, which made some of our final answers negative. So there is your full video on more just evaluating trig functions. So good luck with your lesson.